Alrighty. Hello everybody. This is Kyusho here, and now, before we do begin, let's give a brief little review. In the last part, a number of things have happened. We had Deku. We also had things with his past. He discovered more of it. Deku discovered where the Joker seemingly came back from the dead, that there were three different Jokers. Whenever Deku was being tortured in Arkham, he buried memories. The idea of three Jokers broke him mentally. And that was something Deku was not ready for. He put a bullet in the Joker's head and slept better at night. Then the Joker came back. There were rumors, there were things, but that was Harley. And then the Joker was back again, and he thought it was Harley again, but this time it was real. And Deku, he confronted the man before killing him again, and he remembers what he told the man all those years ago in Arkham. He'll help him kill Bruce Wayne. He'll be his Robin. And Deku, that shook him. To him, the Red Hood is wearing his fear, doing what Scarecrow does, taking on the mantle of your fear and embracing it. But does that fear make him the Joker's Robin? Now, Deku, he dropped the gun and then walked away, before he got his ass kicked by the outsider. The man came to Gotham PD and just beat the ever-living hell out of him. And Deku, he was not ready for that. Now, with that being said, Deku and Barbara Gordon, these two kissed while he was still in recovery, and Barbara, she stayed with him, because she had her own role to play when it came to the death of this Joker. Now, currently a lot of things are happening. Dick is angry. They had a lead. They had something. If they just interrogated Joker more, tried to actually talk, I mean, something could have happened. Something could have came from all this. But what happened? The Joker's dead again, and they're dealing with another murderer. One they just started trusting. How are they supposed to look at Deku and trust him now? Especially whenever he's not being the Batman anymore. He's being the Red Hood again. And Deku, he currently does lay there in his bed. He has a lot to think about. And currently Alfred does come walking into the room. Deku going to somewhat sit up and grunt. Alfred trying to tell him to take it easy. And Deku does get a turn to look at the old man. "I'll be fine, Alfred. It's nothing Bruce couldn't deal with before." "Izuku, I'm worried." "Why?" "I'm fine. We need to get back out there. Gotham needs us." "Izuku, I wish to talk to you personally." "Now, give me your arm. It's time to change your bandages." Deku holding it out to Alfred, and Alfred is there to pull them off. Alfred can see some of the scars, some of the ones that do remain. And Alfred, he doesn't say a word. He sits there quietly. And Deku, he allows Alfred to change his bandages, before the two eventually do start to talk. "You know, whenever I was younger, man, I thought killing would solve my problems too." "Did you?" "Yes, it usually did. What I've dealt with, the things I've been through, it always helped. It always seemed like there was something there. But then I discovered something." "What?" "One day my hands were so covered in blood, I couldn't stop seeing it. I was afraid." "Of what?" "Myself. Izuku, you and Bruce have a lot in common. More than anyone would like to admit. Even Barbara's up there." "What do you... Oh, I see what you're talking about. See, that's what I mean. Bruce would have known instantaneously what I'm talking about. Now you do too. I wish for neither of you to ever get to this point. I've seen you both grow, but I also missed much of your own lives. Izuku, killing won't solve all your problems." "I know. Do you?" Yeah, yeah. I figured that out. I've been trying to stay distant from Talia and Rose. Talia and Rose? Who might they be? Ra's al Ghul and Deathstroke's daughter. Alfred gonna stop. Oh, I see. I'm gonna set down the gauze. Gonna turn and pick up something. Expressing. Does he want something to bite down on, or would he rather have an injection of morphine? And Deku, he does look at Alfred. Before Alfred, he does get to hold up a clean rag. And Deku, he does get to put the rag in his mouth. As Alfred, he does continue to talk, expressing going to fix some of the stitches. It does seem like he has been put in quite the predicament, hasn't he? Him going to tighten up a bit more, holding the end of the thread on the other side. And Deku, he doesn't do anything. Alfred just watching Deku. The boy's tolerance is definitely high, so the rag wasn't needed. But he took it because he offered. Stubborn. Then again, showing he does care. That on Alfred's mind. And Alfred, after he does get Deku properly changing, well, his bandage properly changed, he's going to tell him, going to sit down, about a few more things, before the man will go to leave. And Deku, he already knew some of this. But Alfred, he's also concerned. Talia al Ghul and Rose Wilson. These two encouraged Deku to look into the abyss. I mean, Bruce looked into it once. He was not alone, but he thought he was. He had him. Bruce would have blinked if it wasn't for Dick. Dick came along, and he caught him. Or was it the other way around? That's currently on Alfred's mind. And Deku, he does want to sit up. He does still have one more thing to do. One more proper thing to do. And right now, Deku, he does get to stand. However, he actually is going to bring his hand up and grab onto the crutches. Him going to use them because he does need them. And Deku, he does going to make his way into the manor. He feels like a ghost here. Place is old and probably haunted, so he feels right at home. But there's a lot going through his mind. He still has to honor the deal with Victor Fries. The man, he cares for his wife. The man, he's been through a lot. He can relate to Victor. And currently Alfred, later that night, he does go back to check on Deku. Him going to open the door and walk in, and turning and seeing that the bed is empty. However, there is a note left there. Alfred going to walk over and set down the silver platter. Him going to open it up, and they're going to grab onto the coffee. As he does then go to set it down. Before, he also does then go and grab for the tea. Him going to set down the, well, thing to cover the platter. Before he himself is going to walk over to a chair and sit down. He's going to be here for some time. He still wants to talk to that boy. Make sure he does understand. He knows the boy's record, the body count, people who claim the Red Hood killed them, people who claim the Red Hood killed their friends. I mean, the Red Hood is a vigilante. But Alfred, he's stuck on that weird place. Killing to save, killing to kill. Being a murderer versus being the hero. Alfred, he's not the best man to give that judgment call because of what he's done. And right now, Deku, he currently does get to walk into a laboratory. As Victor Fries, he actually is going to turn around. Him going to hold up his cold gun, asking exactly why the Red Hood just so happens to be in his neck of the woods. It's me, Victor. Deku holding it up, pulling it from his own belt, expressing he has a possible cure. And Victor, he does get to have his eyes widen. As there is, or his hand, it does get to actually drop the cold gun. And whenever it does get to hit the ground, Victor is going to step forwards. Him going to walk directly up to Deku, holding out his hand, asking to please give him that. He honored their agreement. And Deku, he doesn't hold it out. Before Freeze does it carefully grab onto the vial. This could be what he needs. His life work. Nora can live. And maybe he can die. He can rest. And Deku, he has to see the look on Freeze's face. A man who doesn't care about his own life. He saw that look in the mirror. And currently Barbara, she does come to see what's going on. Her right now going to hide, because Deku, he may have needed to have more rest, but she was also concerned about him. I mean, if Freeze attacks him because he's not Batman, that could be an issue. And Deku, he does his stare on at Freeze. The man going to walk over and going to set down the container. Him putting it down carefully into a vial rack before he does at least start doing a few things. Him bring up a syringe and then going to put it directly down into the cork. Him pressing down and then going to actually pull out a small sample of the Lazarus water. Now, Mr. Freeze does start to analyze it, and Deku does still stand there. As he does get to tell Mr. Freeze, him going to look at Nora. You know, they can have a life together. He can cure himself. Huh. That's a nice thought, but I'm only focused on her. Victor, you can have a life. I appreciate the sentiment, but trust me, people stopped caring about Victor Freeze a long time ago. They only care about Mr. Freeze. Victor. Deku bring his hands up and grabbing onto the helmet before he does go to press a button. And then he does go to pull off his helmet. Mr. Freeze turning and staring directly at Deku. He's just a man. Who are you? It's a lot to explain. I won't give you my name. But listen, Barbara watching. What is he doing? Now, Deku, he does look at Mr. Freeze. And Victor just stare at him. Curious. I won't tell you much. But listen to me. I understand. I want you to believe me on that, Victor. Second chances are important. Even thirds. I got a second chance at life. I was murdered. Beaten. Killed. Hurt. Left to die. Killed. I once was beaten so bad I couldn't walk. I couldn't blink. I couldn't feel. I remember the cold nights in Arkham. I remember being tortured. Hugo Strange messing with my head, pumping chemicals into me, Scarecrow scaring me, Joker making me laugh. You're the Robin. Maybe. Maybe. I died, Victor. I've seen the other side. I came back. It messes you up. Believe me, dying's not fun. I thought I died once, but I die a little bit every day. I try to go on. I try to figure this out. I'm tired, Victor. I need help. And people are helping me. I'm still trying to figure this all out. I'm still that angry kid who lost his mother and lost his father to the city. So tell me. Someone cares, Victor. Someone wants you to have a normal life. That's her. That's me. That's two people. Two more than you think. Now, Victor does a smile, expressing. He's happy for the sentiment. The sentimental sayings. The Lazarus, it can be cured. It can help her. If he does inject it into what he already has, he believes it could be stabilized, kept at a low temperature, and things can be okay. But then there's also one thing. It might take the entire serum. What he does have left, it might cure him. But that is a stretch. Victor, try. I will try. But believe me, someone stopped caring. That was me, Batman. Not Batman. Just call me Red. Alright, Red. Trust me. I stopped caring about myself a long time ago. She was all I wanted to do. Cure her, find a way to help, find a way to give her a life. I obsessed over her. And, well, she would want me to live. Victor bringing his hand up, onto the glass, staring up at Nora. She would not let him live the way he wants to. He died. Victor Freeze is dead. All that remains is Mr. Freeze. Believe me, he's the only one left who cares. When she finds out about what he's done, she may treat him like a monster. She may love him. She may want to be with him. But that can never be so. He's made too many enemies. And, well, if he does falsify her death, she can be given her second chance. Because he's run out of those. All he wants to do is rest. Save her, and then rest. He's gonna leave Gotham after this. Don't try to follow him. And Deku, he does a turn and walk away. Mr. Freeze is gonna stop his research for a second, before saying, he is a good man, and try to let people in. He made that mistake. Trust. Don't lie. And Deku, he does listen to that, before turning and giving Victor his own advice. Don't focus on dying to try to live. If you try to focus on life, you're gonna die. If you focus on death, if you know it's an inevitability, you'll live. Because why be scared whenever life is so short? Now, Victor, he does want to smile, and then go to move his hands again. And Deku, he does get to walk out of the building. It's a little cold, but he'll be okay. That on his mind. Him currently going to sit down. He's really tired, and all this pain isn't helping. What to do about the last Joker? Penguin. All of them. The Outsider. It's definitely something. Hey. Deku turning and seeing Barbara. Hey. How you doing? I'm doing fine. I'm assuming you were watching? Kind of. I knew you'd come here. Why? He needed help. I could have delivered it. Tim, anyone of us? Just give us the vial and... I trust you. What? I trust you. But he doesn't. He needed to see Batman. But maybe not. There's still a man in there. I can see it. A tired, tired man. Barbara, there's 3 Jokers. I know. Her gonna sit down and go to lean against the wall. Her talking to Deku. Expressing to him. She found out about the 3 Jokers whenever Joker, he plotted a scheme while one was captured, and the other was dead. So that certainly does say something. 3 people popped up in Crime Alley, all of them with bleached skin and unnatural smiles. Dick, he found them, and he was trying to uncover the mystery as to what happened to them. And Deku, he does hear that. Crime Alley. Where Gotham truly turned into Gotham. Where Batman was truly born. And that, it does not make Deku's stomach turn. The source of all this pain, Joe chilled. The source of all this mess. It's definitely something. Are you okay? No, no. I, um, I thought I remembered everything. I didn't realize how far I buried something. Do you need to talk? I need a drink. Come on. How about we go back to my place? Really? Yeah. Bruce, uh, Bruce gave me some pretty good money for working for him, so I can afford some good stuff. Alright. Now, Deku and Borba do get ahead to our place. And whenever they do get there, Borba, she turned on the defenses. The place was a fortress. I mean, the walls are lined with steel on the inside, the cables and everything. It's all good. And then this place can withstand an EMP. This place is in lockdown, and if it were to be struck by one, the place would still go on emergency power. And that would last for probably about a week if they kept up on normal routines. Now, Barbara, yeah, her little safe house, it's good, but her home feels better. And that is where Barbara, she currently is talking. Her, somewhat, standing next to the counter. She pulled off her cowl. She took off her utility belt. She also took off those super strong rubber boots. And now that her feet can actually breathe, it definitely does feel a little bit more relaxing. Especially whenever their nerves are calmed with a little bit of alcohol. Now, Deku currently does sit there. He sits there in the body armor from the other Batsuit. And he does still at least have that red hood on him. Now, Deku, he's surprised. The last time he was here, this place felt different. It felt less tense. And Barbara, she does get to talk about with Deku, expressing about a lot. With how Gotham's been chaotic, things have been bad, strange. There's still more people running around and trying to help. So, whenever they can, they're going to try and take down Black Mask and Penguin. And then whenever Riddler pops up, they want to try and take him down too. They're pretty sure Tim and Duke can handle that. And Bluebird, she needs more experience because she's definitely going down the wrong path. Like I did. Yeah, but I didn't want to say it. I know. I'm sorry for tricking you, Barbara. Don't be. I fell for Jason. I know, but I fell for Barbara Gordon. Now, Barbara does this won't smile. Her gonna walk around the counter. And then whenever Deku does bring his hand up, Barbara she actually does grab onto Deku. Her asking him, whenever he does get somewhat wince and stand, exactly what he thinks. Exactly what's going through his mind. Right this very moment. And Deku does gonna bring his hand up. Him gonna kiss Barbara. And Barbara, she just gonna won't kiss him back. If at first it's slow, and then it's another kiss, and then another one just a little bit faster. And then Barbara, she actually going to bring her hand out. Her going to set down her glass. As her and Deku, they start to kiss. And right now, Barbara, she wants a distraction. She wants to overcome some fears. And right now, not thinking about those fears would definitely help. And right now, Dick is still trying to track down some people. He's talked to Oliver. He's talked to Black Canary and even the Red Arrow. And that's definitely something. So they're gonna try and coordinate an attack on Riddler, and whenever that happens, Canary, she's gonna try and go after Mask, but that's also tricky. Maybe Harper can go with Canary and Canary can teach her something. Okay, that's definitely a possibility. So that leaves Penguin. But there's also Strange. Strange runs the asylum, and he has crazies with him. So he won't leave that to Deku. Deku shouldn't go back to Arkham. Too many bad memories. And from what Barbara said, he killed the Joker because he remembered more. And that kind of surprised Dick. Yes, he wanted to kill the Joker at one point. The guy has been so wired to try and break them. He's obsessed with Batman. But whenever he couldn't break Batman once, because he killed a Robin, he kept trying more. He kept going further, kept going more insane. And then there was what he did to Barbara. Dick, he remembers. He intended to go out that night to kill Joker, but Bruce stopped him. Bruce stopped him. And that made Deku a bit more justified in his eyes. Now, Dick, he currently does need to talk to someone. He needs to get in contact with a few people. And maybe it's time to call in the League on this. He knows that Bruce works alone, but it's definitely not good. Not right now. You seem like you're missing something. Dick going to stop and freeze. Going to turn in the chair. As right now Bruce just stand there. Him with his mask off. As Bruce Wayne just stand there. With a bit of patterns or blotches on his face and in the outsider suit. Bruce, you're back. Yeah, thought it was time I returned. Though, maybe just a little too late. No, you're not. You're just in time. Listen, we need to find Joker. He's dead, isn't he? There's 3 of them. Bruce wasn't surprised. And that is where Bruce is going to walk over to the chair. Dick going to stand up as Bruce Wayne, I'm sorry, Batman goes to sit down. Now, with that being said, Batman, he starts to coordinate a few things. And then he does it to open a comms channel directly to Ollie. And, well, I believe he has the Oracle. Now, with that being said, I do hope you guys enjoyed. And have an amazing day. I'll catch you guys in the next part.